In today's video, I will be talking about Ahsoka Tano. More specifically, how strong is she? Before I get into the video though, I just wanted to say, if you're not subscribed, all you have to do is hit a little button and it helps out so much. With all that being said, enjoy the video. So I think I can speak for us all whenever I say that there is not a single person out there who dislikes Ahsoka Tano. I mean, sure, there's probably someone out there that doesn't like Ahsoka, but it's amazing to me how just liked not a main character is liked. Like, of course she's a main character to the Clone Wars, but she's never even been seen in any of the movies. We only got to hear her voice in the last movie. To me, the reason behind all of this is her story. Of course, the reason why we like any character is because of their story, but I feel like Ahsoka's story is very unique to her. She was a troubled Padawan very young, and then she got chosen to be the literal chosen one's Padawan. She got to not only train, but fight side to side with some of the most talentedest Jedi in the entire galaxy. She even went on in her later years, after she quit being a Jedi, to duel one of the most powerful Sith, or ex-Sith, in the entire galaxy. And of course I'm talking about Maul, who was trained by Palpatine. I mean, I can't tell you just how kind of unique and awesome her story is, and especially if you get to watch that play out in 7 seasons of a TV show. It's truly incredible, and in my opinion gives you way more depth than any movies would. Being trained by the most powerful Jedi in the entire galaxy, and actually fighting one of the most powerful ex-Sith or Sith in the galaxy certainly raises a lot of questions. One of those questions being today's main topic. How strong is Ahsoka? I'm sure everyone can relate to this, but I feel like from my perspective, I see Ahsoka as just not really that powerful. I feel like once you dive into her storyline and everything, it becomes very clear that she is one of the most powerful Jedi who have ever lived. But on the outside, whenever you just watch everything, kind of just binge watch everything, I've done that myself, just kind of watching the TV show Rebels, or just kind of anything with her story in it, you kind of just it's hard to explain, but you kind of glance over the fact that she is incredibly powerful. I feel like she acts just like kind of an ordinary Jedi, whether there's just kind of, we're normal kind of main character Jedi that are extremely powerful, act very unique and very main character-ish, if that makes sense. And Ahsoka just acts like a random person, but she almost acts like she's very untrained. That's probably because she was trained by Anakin, but still, I see that being the reason why she is very glanced over, and a lot of people don't truly understand how powerful she is. By the way, this doesn't have a lot to do with the video, but I did want to include this. Something that I find like really cool about Ahsoka is that she has an extremely low midi-chlorian count, which I'll kind of connect that a little bit. That I just realized that does have kind of a part to play. It just kind of shows how skilled she is with the lightsaber. The fact that she has such a low midi-chlorian count and then she was able to fight someone like Maul really shows a lot about her. One of the main things that I do like about Ahsoka that definitely sets her apart from other Jedi is the fact that she has a unique relationship with the Force. I can't really go over every single kind of scene or whatever that shows Ahsoka kind of having a very unique relationship with the Force, but I just wanted to share a few things. One of them being the fact that I really like this, and I kind of connected this to her like being so trained and like having a relationship with the Force, is I'm sure we all remember the character from Rogue One. I honestly am not kidding, I forgot his name, but he was blind and he used the Force. He wasn't a Jedi or anything, and I don't think he had high midi-chlorians, but he had a special relationship with the Force. Far different than any Jedi did. And I really like that we got to see Ahsoka say the same lines, "I'm one with the Force and the Force is one with me. I said that wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. That line, we got to see Ahsoka say that, and then that's also something that the other guy said, which kind of shows that they both have kind of unique relationships with the Force. And another kind of factor that comes in is how lucky Ahsoka was to literally train and fight side by side with literally not just the most powerful Jedi, but just people in general. She got to fight alongside Captain Rex, and I'm sure we all see Captain Rex as a normal clone trooper, but he is an incredibly talented clone trooper just with amazing capabilities, and she got to fight side by side with him, as well as the 501st. And not to mention, like I did earlier, her master was the chosen one, Anakin Skywalker. Seriously, I can't say this enough. She was literally trained by the most powerful people in the entire galaxy, the most trained and skilled people. She pretty much grew up around that, because obviously Padawans and Jedi don't have normal childhoods. I suck at talking. But they don't have normal kind of growing up experiences, so that kind of bonds them. And I feel like Ahsoka definitely got to have way more experience than any other Padawan did. An even kind of luckier thing, I wouldn't consider her being lucky for this, but something that really adds on to it was the fact that she was kind of alone for so long after Order 66. She was her own kind of person. She didn't have the restraints of the Jedi. She could basically be free. And also in the Ahsoka book, where we get to see her in, I was about to say exile, but after Order 66, we get to see her in that, and we also get to see that she definitely has a very unique relationship. Like I was saying before, I'm sorry I'm saying this so much, but she has a unique relationship with the Force. A kind of relationship that we've seen kind of Jedi after Order 66 happening, but she's had that since before Order 66. So if you kind of can, like, it's very weird, but once again, that she's a very unique relationship with the Force. I'm sorry, I'm 99% sure I'm annoying people watching this, I'm sorry. But like I was saying, her being alone for all those years, definitely she was able to have a lot of training and just kind of be herself, which I feel like allows a Force user to kind of excel more than being with the Jedi, especially that she kind of got the perfect amount of training, and then at the kind of perfect time, she just kind of got to leave all that, except all her friends were killed and brutally murdered and executed by their best friends. But besides that, she got to have a very perfect, like, just everything in her life was kind of perfect besides Order 66, but Order 66 was kind of like, it made her stronger and it made her more powerful, so I guess that would count as something that would be kind of lucky besides her friends getting murdered. We know she is extremely strong, but we don't know just how strong she is, and because there are a bunch of Jedi and Sith that we kind of know how strong they are because of how strong someone above them is, or someone who's stronger than them, so we kind of get a good understanding. But not with Ahsoka. Like I was saying before, we kind of see her from an outside perspective. It looks like Ahsoka is untrained and just a really bad and unskilled fighter, but she is completely the opposite, so it's very hard to really capture how strong she is. So I feel like the best way to do that is to kind of compare her with each Jedi. Not every Jedi, because I don't want this video to be an hour long, unless we're talking about the Jedi from after Order 66. Anyways, let's go ahead and compare her to some Jedi and Sith. Starting off with someone kind of like relatively neutral, not neutral, but very strong, but in her kind of area, which would be Obi-Wan, and we kind of get to see a very good spectrum, like kind of Ahsoka fought Maul, and Obi-Wan also fought Maul. Obi-Wan kind of got his butt kicked a little bit in the show, but besides that, he held his ground very well against Maul, and so did Ahsoka, and it's very hard to kind of see how different their fights went because they went pretty much the same. So I would definitely compare the Clone Wars. Obi-Wan is a very good kind of comparison to the end of the Clone Wars Ahsoka. Next up, we have Maul. Now, Maul isn't as powerful as he was whenever he was being trained by Palpatine, but he is very, very strong. I mean, to be fair, he took over a planet. Luckily, it is very easy to compare them because they had a duel. So I'm gonna kind of put Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and Maul into the same kind of category. To me, Maul and Ahsoka are pretty much the same, like in a duel. I feel like it would be, the odds would be like 50-50 kind of. I mean, obviously there would be other factors because it's Star Wars, but I feel like it would be 50-50. Next up, we have Anakin. And I'm not gonna lie, Anakin kind of throws kind of a weird feeling into the mix because I feel like him against Obi-Wan would be like extremely similar. Him against Maul, I feel like Maul would do a little bit of damage to Anakin, but I feel like Anakin might be able to defeat Maul, but I feel like it would be pretty even. But then with Ahsoka, I just have like a feeling that Anakin could just kind of just pummel her, and I don't know why. And this is where it kind of gets interesting, so we can kind of compare present day Ahsoka, or like Ahsoka from The Mandalorian, to Anakin from the Clone Wars, which in my opinion, she would no doubt destroy the Clone Wars Anakin, or Rebels Ahsoka would destroy Clone Wars Anakin and would probably do some damage on Obi-Wan. And I don't know about Maul, to be 1000% honest. I just don't know about Maul. I want to say that she would beat him like pretty evenly, but I just feel like Maul could just, I don't know, I just have a weird feeling. Once again, like I said before, Ahsoka is very weird because it's just, she feels like she's not powerful, but she's very powerful. Next, I'm going to throw two people in the mix, one being a Jedi and the other being a Sith. Mace Windu and Palpatine. They, I would say, are pretty matched together. They're pretty even. Mace almost killed Sidious, and Sidious almost killed Mace, and then Anakin got in the mix. But I'm not going to talk about that because that's kind of uneven and unfair. But I'm going to compare Mace to the end of the Clone Wars Ahsoka, and then the Mandalorian / Rebels Ahsoka. So first, starting off with the end of the Clone Wars Ahsoka, Mace Windu could probably demolish Ahsoka in less than 5 seconds, and so could Sidious. Now here's where it gets a little weird. Present day Ahsoka, I feel like could very well stand her ground against Mace Windu, but the thing about it is the reason kind of, I feel like she wouldn't be able to hold her ground against Palpatine because Palpatine is a dark side user, and that's kind of why Mace had the upper edge on Sidious, because Sidious is dark side kind of feelings and everything didn't get to Mace. But I feel like it would do that to Ahsoka, which is why kind of I feel like this is a good divide in between Sidious and then Mace, because Ahsoka could probably stand her ground against Mace, like present day Ahsoka, the Mandalorian Ahsoka, and maybe even defeat him, but I just don't think that she would really stand a chance against Palpatine from Revenge of the Sith. And I think that is kind of the best place to put her, which is in between probably, or actually there's another one too, that being dark side Anakin, not Vader, or technically Vader, but not Anakin or Vader in a suit, but Mustafar Anakin. So going up first, Attack of the Clones Ahsoka, Anakin would just kind of obliterate her in a nice way, and then present day Ahsoka, or the Mandalorian and Rebels Ahsoka, would pretty much, in my opinion, be even with Anakin. And also, in my opinion, by the way, dark side Anakin could at least stand a decent chance, or a 50-50 chance against Mace, but of course Mace is very trained in the dark side and Anakin is very new to it. There would definitely be a little bit of conflict. There would just be raw anger and hatred against trained kind of dark side, like anger in a way. And in my opinion, that's the best place to put her, which would be in between Mace Windu. Okay, wait, let me rephrase that. Oh my god. Let me rephrase that. The Clone Wars Ahsoka, in my opinion, would be in between Obi-Wan and Maul. That being, I feel like she is stronger than Maul, but not strong enough to defeat Obi-Wan. After the Clone Wars and Rebels and the Mandalorian Ahsoka would be in between Mace and kind of dark side Anakin, or Anakin on Mustafar. And in my opinion, that's how strong she is. She is one of the most powerful Jedi or Force users in the entire galaxy, and would definitely stand a chance against Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, and then a lot of other people, of course. But I feel like a good kind of, like I said before, would be in between Maul, Obi-Wan, which would be the Clone Wars version of her, and then the Mandalorian and Rebels version of her would be in between Mace Windu and Darkside Anakin. And that was today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed. By the way, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed for some odd reason yet, then make sure to subscribe or I will put Ewok poop in your Banta milk. And with that being said, I really hope you all have a wonderful day unless you're not subscribed, and as always, may the Force be with you all.